We've got Tulsi Gabbard, as you can see, with us now. Tulsi, your thoughts, because you look at social media and a lot of people, even Republicans, thought the former president took the bait a lot tonight, much more than he should have.
I saw something quite different, Trace. What I saw was President Trump staying very focused on the issues that are most important to the American people continuously, no matter what kind of lies or baiting attempts Kamala Harris or the moderators threw at him. He kept coming back to the issues that the American people are concerned about. He kept coming back to Kamala Harris's broken border and the fact that that's causing incredible hardship and people to be afraid to walk on their own streets. He kept bringing it back to rising crime and the fact that most Americans now having a hard time affording the basic necessities because of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's inflation and rising cost of living. President Trump brought voice to the American people who have felt ignored and unheard for the last 3.5+ years by the Harris and Biden administration. And tonight, Kamala Harris not only did not acknowledge that the American people are struggling right now, she didn't talk at all about how she will fix or try to fix what she's broken. And I think it's because she knows that she can't.
It's interesting, Vivek, because Tulsi says that the former president brought voice to the American people. Did he bring the fire to the feet of Kamala Harris? Did he press her enough on all of her flip-flops?
Well, I think the most important part was that he actually spoke for the 80+ million Americans, probably 90+ million Americans, if things go well, that are going to vote for him. But also for many of the Americans who may even disagree with some of his positions. They don't want to stay out of World War III. I think Donald Trump spoke really clearly to the fact that Kamala Harris's words pale in comparison to his actions in securing peace. We were on the brink of war with North Korea, kept us out of it, avoided 2 major wars that we're now in, Russia, Ukraine, what's going on in the Middle East. And so I think he really landed that. As far as it goes to holding Kamala Harris's feet to the fire, you had muted mics in each direction. That's the job of the moderators, and particularly one of the 2 moderators I thought did a disastrous job today in feigning fact checks of Donald Trump without remotely even appearing to apply those same standards to Kamala Harris. But I do trust the voters, Trace. They've been tricked by the media before. I think many voters are now attuned to that. And so what we may see is that may actually backfire in a counterintuitive way where people feel like Donald Trump's being set up.
And he makes a very good point, Tulsi, because even some of the Democrats that I talked to tonight were like, yeah, it seems a little one-sided. It seems like they're fact-checking Trump at every opportunity, and they're letting Kamala Harris just run wild.
Which wasn't a surprise to President Trump at all. He knew very well going into this debate and agreed to it anyway, knowing that it was going to be a 3-against-1 debate the entire time. This just shows, again, Donald Trump isn't afraid to debate Kamala Harris or anyone, anywhere, anytime. And I think it speaks volumes that right after an 1.5-hour-long debate, it's close to midnight, Donald Trump came straight here to this room and spoke to hundreds of reporters, answered their questions, walked around to different parts of the room. And where's Kamala Harris? Still, here we are. She hasn't done a single solo interview with any reporter. She's the one who's afraid. She's good at reciting rehearsed lines. But when it comes to actually telling the truth to the American people, she is failing on all fronts. And the biggest thing is, this is a slap in the face to voters because she's too afraid to speak to reporters. She's too afraid to answer questions. And they're the ones who lose as a result.
Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy, thank you both for your time. We appreciate it.